So I think we all kind of agree that long-range planning is a good thing. It needs to be well managed. It needs to be prioritized. But you know, sometimes these things come and go. So what my question really is how should it be monitored? I mean, who should play that role? Is there a role for the city? Is there a city council, or should it be from the private sector? How do we keep focus on this to keep this in the forefront and basically have a check and balance that says you said you're going to do this, here's what you did, why aren't you doing more, here's where you may have fallen short or what have you. Who should perform that role going forward to make sure that we stay focused on these things? And anyone can answer, or all of you can answer that question.
Well, I think the answer is probably everyone has to stay on top of this, and the CBC report more or less says that in fact this process needs to be built into the city charter. That makes it pretty permanent, I guess. But it also needs to be built into the operating procedures of every line, city, agency, and authority. I think there's a continuing role for groups like Citizens Budget Commission and Regional Plan and the other civic leaders as well. That's really what the Campaign for New York's Future is about, is mobilizing the civic and business leadership of the city to support this mayor in carrying out the goals of Plan YC, but also making sure that we get continuity with the next city council and the next mayor. And you know, I like to say that, you know, particularly with term limits, that mayors come and go, but the civic leadership of the city really continues. And the impulse behind CBC and RPA, of course, was the notion back, and you know, we go back to the 1920s, and the notion was that this was too important an issue to be left to government alone, that it really has to be a partnership between business and civic leaders and the city. We all have a role to play, and we all have to stay with this. This is not for the short-sighted or faint of heart. This is an issue that we're all going to have to stay with.